Good afternoon, and today I'm going to do some nice easy baking. There may be a few fun moments, there probably will be a few fun moments, but I'm going to do a dessert today, so bear with me while we get underway. First things first, the oven is on preheating. That's my lovely oven. So we're preheating the oven to 200 centigrade. If you have a fan oven, which that is, it's 180 or gas mark 6. Okay, so I'm not going to tell you straight off what I'm making. We'll just discover that as we go along. Right, first things first, let's do the tray. I've got 2 flat trays. And on those flat trays, I am just going to put some greaseproof paper. So to make it stay on there, just a little bit of oil. Yes, I have washed my hands and I've just come out of the shower, so I'm super duper clean. So spread a bit of oil on there, stick the greaseproof paper on, and I've already done the other one. So now I'm going to get this oil off my hands. The next stage. For this recipe, I have bought shop-bought puff pastry. There we go, it's already rolled out, so you don't have to do all that hard work of rolling it out. And what I'm going to do, I'm going to divide it into 2 pieces. So we'll cut it down the middle. Oh, that felt so good. I'm going to bake it as it is, and I can shape it and trim it off later, right? So what you do, just take the fork and prick the puff pastry all over. And this is called docking it, and it actually stops it rising too much in the oven. So I'll show you how I docked it. There we go, you can see that half. And now I'm going to dock the other half. Be handy now if I could sing, because I could sing to you while I'm doing this. I can dance, but obviously you can't see me. Right, so we just dock in the other half now. And that is the first part of the process for the puff pastry. So I'll hold it up like that. As you can see, it's all docked, loads of holes in it. So I'm going to peel off the first sheet and put it on sheet number 1, like so. And then I'm going to peel off sheet number 2, even if it doesn't want to be peeled off. And we are going to lay that down on there. Okay. It's up to you, you can trim the edge off or you can just leave it on, doesn't really matter. So we are now going to, and I bet you all think this is a custard slice. Wrong. So that's my 2 sheets of puff. My oven has come up to temperature, it's just 180. So I'm going to pop these 2 in, and they are going in for between 30 and 35 minutes. So basically just keep an eye on them. Set your timer for 30 minutes, but keep an eye on them in between to see what happens. Stage 1 done. This is a great oven because after just 10 minutes we're starting to see brown puff pastry already. Lush. Here we go then. Now the first sheet of puff, and this is why I said keep an eye on it, has literally taken about 15 minutes. So what I've done now, I've moved the other sheet to the top shelf, and as you will see, this one is perfectly cooked. A little bit hot, but I got hot hands, so we'll just slide that onto the rack, leave it cool, and we just wait for the other one to cook. There we go then, both sheets of puff pastry are out, perfectly cooked may I add, and I would say all in all both of them took about 20 minutes. Actually my timer is still going, so with puff pastry, if you're doing a sheet, ignore what it says on the packet, you really have to watch it because it's so thin it can just burn in seconds, to be honest. So yeah, no nipping off for a quick fag or a quick gin and tonic while it's cooking. Look after your pastry. Okay, ready to prepare the rest. So the puff pastry is out now. This is the next stage. 600 ml of double fresh cream, a little bit of vanilla extract, and a pinch of sugar. So this is going to be the noisy one, where we put the cream in. I'm going to put a good teaspoon of sugar, spot more, and a couple of drops of vanilla essence, not too much. And of course, we have the whisk. You can do it in a big food mixer if you like, it's entirely up to you. But this may get noisy. Tell you what, I'll pause the video for a few minutes while I whip it up. So there we have the cream whipped into stiff peaks. Shouldn't fall out if you tip it. I'm not going to chance it anymore, but that's how we want it. Don't over whip your cream. So that cream now is going to be put in a different bowl and put into the fridge until I need it. So that's the puff pastry made. The fresh cream whipped and put in another bowl. And to save cling film and save the planet, we have these little stretchy covers. No idea where they come from. Mrs. T bought them somewhere. Probably Amazon. Now there's an art to this, which I haven't quite mastered. So this could be funny. Come on Keith, you can do it. I can cook and I can't put a little cover onto the top of cream. Said it was going to be funny, didn't I? Bum, 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 bum. So there we have it. We can put that in the fridge now and it'll stay nice and cold, and we're going to get on with the icing for the top. Okay, so once again this is where the magic is going to happen. I'm going to make up some icing. So it's 4 tablespoons of water there, and this is a 500 gram box of royal icing. I wouldn't normally use royal icing. I would normally use fondant icing, or take some roll-out icing and melt that down. Get this steam here. Anyway, got most of that in, so let's just mix it up. There you go, that's going nicely. We don't want to put the whole box in at once. I've never used this royal icing mix, so this will be a new one for me. Yeah, seems to be going okay. Now we put the rest of the box in. It's entirely up to you. You can sieve it in if you like. God, smoke stream. Now the beauty of this is, if this becomes too much and too stiff, we can just add a bit more water. So it's that easy. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to mix this royal icing mix to go on the top of one of the slices, but also I'm going to take a little bit of this out first, add a little bit of red food colouring. Yes, you guessed it. Keith is going to do a little feather icing. So a little bit of water, not too much, because it's surprising in icing, any icing, how a little bit of liquid can make such a difference. As you can see, this is pretty good. What I'm going to do, I'm going to give it a little mix around with a mixer, just to combine it all. Chuck that in there. Okay, mixer time. Oh, very nice. Like you say, you want this a little bit loose, because just remember, you have to spread it on the slice. So let's have a look. A little more water. Oh, that's nice. Oh my God, I'm getting excited about icing. What's going on here? A couple of minutes and I will show you that it's moving around in the bowl. So let's take these. And a really good tip, and this is my tip of the day, clean up as you go, because then when you're finished you haven't got masses of cleaning up to do. You never know, I may get a series out of this. BBC, are you watching? ITV, Channel 4? Any offers taken? I have tried to cook with Simon Rimmer, but old Simon wasn't having any of it. There you go. Right, so what am I doing? I'm going to put a couple of spoonfuls of this into this little bowl. See how nice consistency is? That would be lovely for spreading. Little bit of red food colouring. He says a little bit. Oh yes. So it's actually going to be pink. It's not going to be so much red. Oh, look at that. It's going to be pink fresh cream slices. Oh, oh, oh. Let's put a bit more. Let's put a little bit more. Oh dear. Now that little bit more has become a lot more. But it's okay. There you go, look at that nice colour. This is how fresh those mix on the side. Right, there we go, we have our pink colour, which we can put into our piping bag. He says confidently. You can see all the tricks coming out now, can you? All the tricks. Look at that. You swear I've done this before, wouldn't you? Wait till you see me piping cream. Whoa. Now, Mr. T is a whiz with the piping bag. You may or may not know that. So we get rid of that. We have our piping bag. Squeeze it down. And all we've got to do now is cut that. Now we'll have a nice bit of pink icing. Okay, so we'll clean it as we go. That icing is nice. And we're going to do some feather icing. Yeah, we use that one. That little knife. Okay. So, first things first. Which one are we going to do? Let's do the bigger half, right? So now, there's our half pastry, perfectly cold. I'm not going to trim it. And we're going to use, not the bubbly end, the flatter end, okay? And we're going to do a little bit of icing. And a little bit of feather icing. So if you've never done feather icing before, here it goes. This is what you do. So we're going to smother that with icing. Oh my God, I can't get too much icing, can you? Right. Palette knife. Oh, there it is. We'll use that one till we find it then, right? So we're just going to spread this out. Work nice and quickly. La, 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 la. No, don't sing, Keith, don't sing. Please, Keith, don't sing. So there's our slice covered with icing. Take a little bit off if you like. Next, working very quickly, we get the knife. Now we get the scissors, that's even better. Snip the end off and just put a couple of lines across like so. And this is all feather icing is. If you haven't tried feather icing, it's so simple. That is on 2 colours, and you just drag a knife back and forth like so to get the feathered. I've done this in yours, so I'm making a bit of a pig's ear of it, but you get the gist. So going from having just, we'll zoom in on that. I will show you, that's the feathered icing effect. So we just basically leave that now till it dries, and then we move on to the next stage. So it's time for construction. Here's the other piece of puff. Again, not the bobbly side, but the flat side. This is raspberry jam, and this one is seedless raspberry jam. And the reason is, you're going to love this one, otherwise the seeds get under my teeth. The beauty of having false teeth. Anyway, that's enough about me and my false teeth. So you put a lovely amount of jam, as much as you want, there's no limit. That's reasonably covered with jam. We have a piping bag with a star nozzle full of cream. So it's going to be a little bit tricky, so I'm going to hold this, do it this way. Just put some around the edge, like so. Anyway, it really doesn't matter. You can go bump, 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 bump. You can do anything, anything at all. Pipe in the cream. Now, it depends, it's up to you how much cream you like. I love fresh cream, absolutely love fresh cream. So I'm going to put another layer of fresh cream. So you've got the fresh cream, you've got the raspberry jam. Just clean this, and my hands are clean. So I just cleaned that cream up in the best possible way that I could. So that's on the dessert plate. Oh, let's turn it around because Mrs. T will fit if it's not all straight. Right, so there's your jam, there's your cream on your slice. And now for the next bit. This is the one we did earlier with the feathered icing top. There it is. Just lift it off. You've got to be a little bit brave here. Nearly dropped it. And just place it on top of the slice. Now I think you'll agree that is one lovely fresh cream and jam, or jam and fresh cream slice for dessert. I will show you that there is a little technique to cutting it. When you actually go to cut it, get a serrated knife in a jug of boiling water and carefully go through, wiping with a cloth, and you can, well anyway, that's maybe another tutorial video. Anyway, I hope you've enjoyed watching me make a fresh cream slice. that is our dessert. Probably for today and for tomorrow. Have a great day, stay safe. Like and share this, get people to follow me on my YouTube, and I'll quite possibly do a lot more. See you later. Okay, I said I might show you how to cut through this slice. I'm going to be nice and kind and do it. Nice clean cloth. Let's move that plate out of the way a minute. A nice jug of boiling water from the kettle and a serrated knife. So, dip it into your there. Just score the top and cut through the top nicely like that, and straight through. So clean your knife each time and you won't make such a mess. There's the first one. I know it's a misshape, but we've got the first one on the plate. So it's a nice clean knife. Score the top of the icing. Get through that first piece, and once you're through there, push straight down, nice and clean. As you can see, you've got a nice clean slice cut. I know they're not the best of shapes, but unfortunately the puff pastry we bought wasn't square, it was round. So you just have to make the most of it. So again, clean the knife off, nice and clean. Go through the first top layer, not pushing too hard, let the serrate of the knife do the work, and once you're through, boom! Once you're through, you're through. Oh. And he dropped it. Oh, that was so funny. I said this was being comedy baking, didn't I? Never mind. That can be my slice. So let's get the knife all nice and clean again. Only a few more to cut. We'll go on this end here because the pastry is pulling up, and cut straight through. That's another one done. And we're going to get 2 more cut out of this. So, nice hot knife, not too much water on it. Slide it through the icing and let the serrate cut through the top one, and then boom, straight through it. And there, as you can see, you haven't damaged the top. The top still looks okay. And that's how to cut through your slices. And end up with a plate of misshaped slices, but they're all cut, they're all individual, and they're ready for us to have them for dessert later on. Well, this one's decided to fall apart a bit, but it's there. You didn't see me do that. There we go. Plate of jam and cream slices. Can't wait to dive into those.